It says here that Mary, the mother of Jesus, verse 18, was found to be with child by the Holy Spirit. And she was already engaged to Joseph. And when Joseph heard about it, verse 19, it says, being a righteous man and not wanting to disgrace her, he wanted to put her away secretly. Now notice one very important thing. What is the subject of the gospel? The subject of the gospel is how an unrighteous man can become righteous before God. That is the basic subject of the gospel. We are sinners and how we can become righteous before God. Then think of the first person in the New Testament who is called a righteous man. Who is that? Joseph. Right here, verse 19. Why is he called a righteous man? Because he wanted to cover the sin of somebody else. Do you have that spirit? Then you are a righteous man. When you hear that somebody has sinned, what is your immediate reaction? If you're a righteous man, you will cover it. If you're an unrighteous man, you'll talk about it. And I want to say to you, Joseph, who did not know about Calvary, who did not have the New Testament, who did not have the Holy Spirit, is far more righteous than millions of believers today who talk about the New Covenant. I would rather follow Joseph than the example of millions of believers today. Joseph was a righteous man. With the old covenant standards, he decided to cover the sin which he thought it was sinful. Later on, he discovered that she had not sinned at all. Can you imagine what remorse he would have had if he had spread stories about Mary and later on discovered that this was the Holy Spirit? And how can you pull back those stories? Because when you tell a story to somebody, he has already told it to 10 people before you meet him tomorrow. And you have told a story to somebody else and that fellow has gone and told another 5 people. How can you pull it all back? Once you have spoken something about somebody, you can feel sorry, but you can never set it right. Because it's gone to 25 other people before you decide to set it right. A little exhortation from the very first chapter of Matthew. When you see somebody's sin, cover it. It's in the very first page of the New Testament we profess to follow. You want to be a new covenant believer, a new covenant church? Do this.